Khoya and paneer are mixed and kneaded together. Flour and baking powder are also added. Milk is drizzled in just to moisten it and bring it all together. These are then rolled and shaped into cute little donuts. Like regular gulab jamuns, they are cooked on a medium flame and dunked into a sugar syrup so they can soak everything in. I'm going to be using Khoya and Malai Paneer in this recipe. I'm going to first grate the Khoya. This is 250 grams. Make sure both of these have been sitting out of the fridge for a few hours so they are at room temperature. Typically, I will grate the Malai Paneer. You may have seen that in earlier videos. However, this new brand of Malai Paneer literally just crumbles. I'm going to be using 100 grams in this recipe. This is a bit more than my regular Gulab Jamun recipe since I need to be able to form them into donuts. Knead it with the inside of your wrist to smooth it out. Take your time to knead this out as it will result in a better and softer Gulab Jamun. Add 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour and a teaspoon of baking powder. I'm just going to add this in a little bit at a time, kneading as I go. Once the dough starts to absorb the flour, it will dry out a little bit. Just drizzle in a little bit of milk and keep kneading. Cover this with some cling wrap and keep it aside for 10 to 15 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to prepare the sugar syrup. I've got 5 cups of sugar and 3 3/4 cups of water. Now this is quite a bit of sugar syrup, but I always like to make extra since I want a lot of syrup for the gulab jamuns to soak in. Don't worry, you can freeze the excess and you can use it for future recipes. I'm going to add in 6 cardamom pods. I just roughly pounded them to release the seeds. 2 tablespoons of rose water. This is a gulab jamun, so you need to have the flavor of rose. Add a few strands of saffron and allow this to come to the boil and then keep it aside. I'm now going to work on the gulab jamun donuts. I'm going to unwrap it, grab the dough. Roughly, this is about 15 grams. It's bigger than the regular gulab jamuns that I make, which are roughly about 10 grams. Using the warmth from the palm of my hands to make them nice and soft, I'm going to flatten them, and using a finger, I'm going to make a hole in the center. Now sometimes these can break. If they do, just roll them again. Just drizzle in a little bit of milk. These will need to be deep fried on a moderate heat, and you need to watch the temperature throughout the process. To begin with, I'm going to get the oil nice and hot, and using a spoon, I'm going to allow the oil to rotate. This will help in preventing the donut from sinking to the bottom and getting too brown. I'm going to add in the first 2 donuts. Allow this to cook on both sides on a medium heat until it's a nice and golden brown, and drop it into the cooled but warm syrup. Follow the same process and cook the rest of the gulab jamun donuts and drop them into the syrup. soak for 2 to 4 hours at room temperature if you can before serving or refrigerating. To serve, I like to add some edible silver leaf, nuts, and rose petals, but this is totally optional.